Okay. Okay. All right, internets. I think we got this working. Okay. Check, 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 check. All right, internets. I think we got this audio's working. Actually quite good. Okay. Check, 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 check. All right, internets. I think we got this audio's working. Actually quite good. Okay. I've got check, 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 check. All right, internets. I think we got this audio's working. Actually quite good. Okay. I've got check, 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 check. All right, internets. Well, I'm going to try this one. Let's see. Well, I'm going to try this. Did I fix it? This one. Let's see. Feels fixed. Well, I'm going to try this. Did I fix it? This one. Let's see. Feels fixed. Well, I've got something looping my audio, and I'm already on a patient today. Did I fix it? This one. Let's see. Feels fixed. Check. 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 How are we doing now? Check. Do we have doubles? I think I fixed it. Check. I think. How are we doing now? Check. Do we have doubles? I think I fixed it. Check. I think. How are we doing now? Check. Do we have doubles? I think I fixed it. Check. How about now? How are we doing now? Check. Do we have doubles? Whoa, what's going wrong? I think I fixed it. Check. How about now? How are we doing now? Check. Do we have doubles? Nope. Fuck, I don't know. Whoa, what's going wrong? I think I fixed it. How about now? How are we doing now? Check one, check one. Check, check, check. Did I just catch it? I think I did. Oh, there we go. What's good, Inf? All right. I think so.
We needed a minute just to get the treat stuff.
Okay, they can hear you now.
Yeah.
All right, fam. I think I got it. I appreciate the insight, bro. Just double checking. Yeah, it seems like we're good. Oh. I got so many audio sources when I'm running these streams that I think what I bungled up is on my main device. I had another audio. I had one of the streams playing on my main computer. I seen your messages a little late on the cord, but you could provide some insight. I appreciate it, bro. It's not a big rush. This is something I can get to like at any time, really. So it's not a huge issue for me. I already had mad tech problems today. I had to improvise so badly, and it was like such a stress for me, fam. Woo! The normal tech that I use for this started to fail. I usually have a USB splitter that can also take the power to my laptop that runs the cams, but for some reason, the USB splitter did not want to accept the power today. So it's a good thing I used to have the studio because I've still got just mad equipment laying around that I can pick through and get the parts I need. And yeah, big RIP. I know, it's kind of wild. I already knew he was having like health problems. So I'm not surprised that it went that way. But because he was already training his replacements, kind of. Damn, it's tough doing the solo tech setups. It starts getting crazy the more you incorporate into it. Yes. This is 100% true, and sadly, something I've had to figure out how to navigate on my own. You know what I mean? At least he got to finish his last project, Sandlands. Oh yeah, and didn't he wrote that the new one that's coming out, the like GT style reboot, that was one of his stories too, I thought, which is pretty cool. Like, at least he got to get that to work. A Chrono Trigger adaptation anime. It'll happen one day for sure because it's like such a classic. Oh geez, I'm so happy. This is big tenseness. It does make me much shorter on time though, I'm not gonna lie. That's part of the issue. Either way, shouts to you for dropping by. Toriyama would have been the guy since it was based on his artwork. That I didn't know. It makes sense now that I think about it, but I definitely didn't know that Chrono Trigger was based off of his work. But it's cool. It's very cool. Ah, good. And my webcam here is much better. Same with Dragon Quest. What are we cooking today? So today, I didn't eat breakfast yet because I was hustling out to get this ready. So as I'm going to get rice prepared, I'm making onigiri with Spam and then some tuna in it. My roommate has been requesting we get these together for them again. And it's a good like food prep snack. So it's something that I can like both freeze and put in the fridge. I'm still trying to nail it down. So this onigiri isn't necessarily going to be the highest of quality. I'm trying to figure out how to mold it well. I think I need to buy one of those like Temu silicone molds, but I'm going to try to do it like MacGyver it. I was going to use I have a really tiny round pan. So I was thinking I'd depress the one half, put the filling in, and then create the other half, like ploop it out, create the other half, and then I'll squish them together is what I think. Yeah, bro, starting the day steezy, ready to go. So I'm doing the onigiri. I'm making my own breakfast, and I made the ginger powder last time, which actually came out excellent. It's in my cabinet now, and I've been using it in a lot of dishes. So I'm going to try to make onion powder today, actually. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I can't. Mold is probably the way for things like that to take shape. Yeah, especially if you want to get that classic anime shape, so it looks like a treat straight out of Naruto or something. Or, the first time I saw those rice balls and I didn't know what they were, I was trying to nail it down. It was Pokemon. It's Pokemon. I saw those rice balls first. I've been seeing you bring up Dragon Quest, right? When Pal World came out and everyone was critiquing Pal World for copying Pokemon. I was sitting there and I seen all the posts and it was like Dragon Quest. Pokemon copied Dragon Quest first. So it's one of those like chains. You try to put it on the one people, and but it was already copied in the past. So I'm whipping together. I'm making my breakfast nice and easy. I'm just making like a fried egg sandwich with a little bit of cheese in it. And you might see my roommate in the corner. It's treat time for the cats. So you're gonna catch the big boy, Oreo. This guy right here. Oh, he's too distracted. He doesn't care about me. There's treats. What? No need to be sorry. I don't think they can even see it. And it's not like they haven't already seen you on the internet.
Yeah, fine.
Where's the chonky boy? The chonky boy is waiting for his training time.
Preoccupied. Does not care about you at all.
Here,
I'm just
chonky
gonna
boy.
annoy him.
We got him right here. What?
I'm doing stuff.
He's gonna come right away. Chonk. Yeah. He's kind of chonk. So let's get these eggs started so that I can eat. I got to do the rice prep, so I'll bring it over for you guys so you can see me getting it soaking. I'm gonna be cutting it close time wise today, so I gotta bang this out. Yeah. Yeah, cats are always free views on Twitch, right? I should figure out how to do a cat stream. This guy, he's so full of energy that we have to end up training him like a dog. Like he needs to get his zoomies out. My homie had a massive cat that could stand on his hind legs. It was so trippy, dude. Yeah, when this guy stands up, he looks like full raccoon. It's very interesting to see. But egg pan starting, needs oil. Rice. I soak it for about 30 minutes. I give it a rinse when I first start soaking the rice, and then I wash it about 2 or 3 times after that. But considering I'm making rice balls, it's not bad to have the extra gluten in it, so it's not as big of a deal. So this is the fancy rice jar. Yeah, the cats always be the main character. I've always had a cat since I was born. There's been cats in my house. So it's something that's quite organic to me. I'm used to having these grumpy boys around. What kind of rice are you using? I'm a big basmati fan. Technically, that's the thing for doing this onigiri. I should be using a different type. But because I'm a little frugal, I've been trying to figure out how to make it work with basmati so that I don't have to buy this super expensive sushi grade rice, because that would be a pain in the butt. Jasmine, man, I don't hate jasmine. I like basmati because I like the long grain style as well as its multiple applications. Yeah, exactly. And I've done it in the past and it has. The way I cheat is I let it overcook a little bit so that it's purposely soft. And then we have some glutinous rice flour, which is, again, pretty much the gluten from the rice, right? So I kind of just cheat and add a little bit more gluten to it. I'm a fan of basmati, especially with stir fry and biryani. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, because it works great with those type of stir fries, and then I find it's also like very versatile afterwards. It's a great fried rice option too, right? So if I don't eat it all at once, the density of it doesn't turn it into like the mush that jasmine can become. It's always been jasmine's always been big mid for me. Oh, getting the stress levels out. That was not a fun start to getting the stream going. Cooks very quick and the grains separate easy. Exactly. And I'd rather have a rice that's my staple, that's very versatile, than having to have a bunch of different specialty ones. Big boy, come here. The internet wants to see you.
But they can't see the floor. I show them a trick.
They can see a little bit right in front of the table here. Why?
Where in front of you? Where?
Right here.
Right. Here, wait till things catch up. Oh, right here.
You're gonna show a cat trick?
Yeah.
I'm with it. Fluffmon. Yeah, he's a big Fluffmon. I'll give you that.
Or we do tricks for the camera? He's like, what the fuck do you want from me? Come here.
It's like, I don't entertain the public.
Where's Jenny? Can you come here? Can you get through? No, he doesn't care.
He doesn't care.
Come here. I have treats. You want to go through? Through.
Yeah.
Hey, come here. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy.
I love that he can do jumps. That's the best.
Come here. Can you sit? You have one? Yeah.
Awesome.
All right. Wait.
Thank you for the cat entertainment. I know, that's crazy, eh, him? You impressed the homies.
Yeah, no one expects you to train cats.
Yeah, he said, the bro gave you daps. That's Joke's way to put it for him, though. So I did like 1.5 cups of rice, so I got to do like about 3 cups water. Again, it's okay considering making rice balls. If I'm a little off, you kind of want it to be a bit more sticky than normal. But yeah, I'm stoked. I'm always kind of astounded. If you hear buttons, you can hear like the cat tries to talk, and you can often hear him in the background of my stream because he tries to get my attention as I'm like streaming. So he can ask, he's got buttons to ask for me to open the door here. He's got buttons to ask for treats. And he's got a button to say all done and a button for when the shower gets turned on. So sometimes if I'm streaming and he's like bored and wants attention, he just starts hitting door. The little girl in the corner here, the small kitty, is starting to learn puzzles. Yeah, big smart boy. Smart boy needed had way too much energy, and we were trying to figure out what to do with. Like Elise was trying to figure out what to do with the guy. I'm sorry.
I'm teasing you, dude.
Elise was trying to figure out what to do with the energy levels and had to talk to like a full-on cat behavioralist. And they're like, he's got so much energy. You got to treat him like a dog.
They said, I don't know.
Okay, or they said, I don't know. Okay, rice. It's getting all soaked up for us here. We'll leave you visible for the stream. That's cool though. Oh, exactly. You got a cat? You got a cat with the fam? You seem like considering how stoked you are, you seem like a cat at home type of man. Oh, I need a Sammy, and then I'm going to end up crushing some of this extra rice. For sure. For sure. And this is, I got to make a graphic tonight. Let's write that down. I got to make a graphic, and I must call my grandma. Because I'm happy with the results of this marathon so far. I'm 12 follows away from getting this channel monetized. So I'm not that far, but I realize what I'm doing incorrectly is I'm not communicating it well enough ahead of time. So I need to make a graphic that shows what I'm doing for the entire week. So then I can get more normie people on board. There's still I loved hanging out with the boys for the nighttime cooking stream, but I'm thinking a lot more of these non-degen, not gaming stuff. It tends to do better during the day. Even when it comes down to my sorting stream yesterday, I had way more people in it during the daytime because I think it's like work, right? It's co-working. But she was the mandem. The cat was the mandem. She also used to hunt mice when they were overpopulating. I know. I'm interested to see what he does if there's ever a loose mouse. There was one in the house before, and he didn't go nuts over it, but it was a good thing because the mouse was poisoned, so it could have been quite a bad result. And I wonder myself if he knew it was poisoned or unwell. And that's why he wasn't going after it. So we still got to see that. An early day sets the momentum for the rest of the day. I always be starting as it is. And then I think the thing is because Twitch still has this stigma that it's for gamers or for kids is what I'm noticing. Even when I communicate that I live stream to people who do the same type of hustle that I do, they have this uncomfortability with tuning in because I think it's not for them. So by putting this during the daytime, I think it helps with the accessibility. Homie used to bring mice as the offering. Yeah, my cat that I had for years, my favorite kitty, his name was KC. I had him since I was 14 or 12 before, and he lived long life. One of the best cats I've ever had. He was so fat and so adorable and so loving, but he was a monster. This little guy would only eat the heads of whatever he was whatever he was hunting. So I'd if he got outside, if he accidentally snuck outside, I'd find him outside in the morning, and there'd just be 3 headless birds who just I guess he liked brains or something. I don't know. So I just always was what the hell? You're the gentlest, sweetest cat, but then if he found something, he would just literally rip its head off. This is a weird dichotomy, pal. Yeah, he was definitely trophy hunting, and then he'd just bring me these headless animals. Maybe it's he liked the head, so he'd nibble it, and he's like, "Oh, here, you get the rest." I couldn't exactly figure that one out. But trophy hunting is the best description. And I'm about to set up that pie thing this month. I got the pies in. Now, I got to get a CRT TV. I'm going to start programming the pie next week, probably, to double check that our VNC or whatever the app was functions properly. Then we're going to get that bad boy in the studio. And I will be able to play Sid streams. That's the other advantage. Real VNC, going to be your best friend. Yeah, I'm excited. And it'll be good to know how to set it up for other devices. I feel like there's a lot of interesting daisy chains I could make with it. Even if I could make a little pie to just run these streams for me out of the kitchen, considering they have so many USB ports, that might make it a little easier for me. But the same thing I was talking about Twitch and inaccessibility, I think the other benefit of doing these style of streams in my home during the day is that when I have the stall open, like it's about to hit, the stall's going to open at noon. So if I'm streaming live, I can have my cooking in the stall and people will be able to see me here doing this. I see the Scarlett interface. Yeah, it's quite an old one now. The one issue is my better microphone for this. I bought it when I had my studio. I've got a like room microphone. It might make some scratchy noises, so I'm hesitant to pick it up. It's like a Tascam. I was really trying to solve the issue of how do I have multiple people on stream and not have to do the podcast thing where I got to get them all to talk into the mic. So I was like, there's got to be a solution. There's got to be a solution. And then I realized like conference calls and boardrooms. So this is technically a boardroom microphone. So as if you were like to put it in. Oh, that's a little too loud, eh? Oh, you're Scarlett. Okay, good. Usually, Scarlett always has feedback when I input audio through it. This one has a little bit of the same issue. Typically, it's an audio gain. But these Scarletts are known that, especially if it's always having that background noise, the Scarlett's hardware can fry real quick. So if you're, say, doing your shit and you've plugged in an SP to it before, or you plugged in like a high-powered audio input, you can literally like fry the insides. And it doesn't blow out the entire device, but that's what it does. It causes the white noise. It's like can't process the audio as well anymore. Yeah, exactly. It is because they're more of a budget option. Toast is almost ready for my Sammy. Some pretty ass egg right there. Oreo, don't go on the table. SP and MPC always has big noise through the 2i2. We're using the instrument line. Whatever. It sounds like you already don't use it and you don't do the music production no more. But as far as I'm aware, when I was researching it, that was it. I had another Scarlett before this, and that's exactly what happened too. Its audio got blown out, and then I found out it's because I pumped too much through it. I had too many mics running into it, and it got overworked, and the hardware literally fried. Oh yeah, that's good. Good Sandy one right there. Get a plate for me. Yeah, it's a disappointment. It's a big disappointment, especially when you're paying for like such a high-end audio device. But this boardroom mic, I'm surprised it doesn't have as many issues. I think because the boardroom mic is so strong, I have the audio gain on this set quite surprisingly low, actually. So next up, I'm getting ready to fry some Spam. And then I'm slicing up some onions. The Spam is like classic, it goes in some of the Onigiri recipes. Yeah, it's a Tascam. Tascam what? It might make too much noise. I'm hesitant. Let's see. Comes in this very cool carrying case. I got the details. Nope, nada. Tell you another time. Yeah, and this is just one of their very obscure ones because, again, as I said, I started looking up boardroom options. And then I was like, oh, yeah, they have a whole business line of microphones I was totally unaware of. What's up, bro? Oh, you heard me open the can and you think it's cat food. It's not cat food. I was going to get one of those portable ones for field recordings and ambient sound. Yeah, that's when I was doing events and stuff, I was looking into that because it's like the best option for translating XLR mics, so you can like use pretty much any sort of camera or device you want and plug that thing into it. Also, one of my most Caucasian features, I love me some mayo. I know there's a lot of mockery that goes in, but I definitely lay the mayo on thick with my Sammys. I'm a sucker for it. It's the ultimate sandwich lube. I stand by mayo as the ultimate sandwich lube. I get kind of sick of it being in all the like chef stuff, like aiolis and all that. I try to avoid using mayo in those cases, but otherwise, can't go wrong, bro. Oh, finally relaxing after all that problem solving. Throw mayo in a sandwich all day. Exactly, bro. Exactly. I'm excited. What I need to get creative about is with my variety of streams, like for the cooking streams, for my inventory streams, and for the eBay streams. Once this is monetized, I think we can make some cool viewer rewards. I need to figure out some fun interactive ones that are like different for each stream. And then I need to solve the bots here. The bots I'm going to solve after I get this up and running properly. I'm using the Restream native chatbot right now, and I kind of like it. It's cool that it has it can relay to all the different channels through the one app. But as you see, it sometimes just spams, and it's very unpredictable. It doesn't function the same every time. Reloading 420 was my latest follow-up too. I didn't even notice that. Whew. We got everything working. Little chef secret I showed my roommate. You gotta get your oil in a little bottle here. Saves you a lot of effort and time by just having it prepared this way. Yeah, Twitch affiliate first. Twitch affiliate is what I'm trying to hit. Partner, I don't think I really care about. I kind of expect a lot of this hustle, like the Twitch and whatnot, is kind of going to be more geared towards being supplementary income to my main hustle, just so that it can be both sides of it are less of a grind. So I'm selling stuff through my store physically, selling stuff on eBay, and then this would be a third income source so that I can focus on getting cooler things and making cooler content rather than having to grind. Trying to bring them all into one. Yo, this guy Wiffles comes in the chat, says that. You know how many times he sends me memes about his unemployed friends? You know how many times he told me to get a job? That guy can't even get up before noon. I wanted to start the stream at 10, but I ran into too many technical issues. And I think that's the move. I might do damn near all day streams in the future for cooking. Yeah, I was distracted from the normal routine. Yeah, that's actually what this is all about. I'm just trying to start new healthy habits for the morning. Oh yeah. Oh, that's some yolkage right there. Oh, fuck. I was hungry. Just have more, yeah. Yeah, my technical difficulties are really just an illusion. That crunch is crazy. Oh, yeah. She looking good. She looking good. My sleep sketch is fucked. I got work as the reason to keep me up at fair enough. Valid, valid. It's where life's all about the healthy balances. And you are a writer, and you are a degen gamer, so it's fair. Holy shit, that's good. I love the idea of the technical difficulties really just being an excuse for me to back off. So we're going to fry the Spam. Then I'm going to get the rice cooking here. And then I'm going to get the onions dehydrating. And then by the time I'm done the onions, the rice should be done. And then we got to throw the rice in the freezer. And then we're going to make some tuna filling for the onigiri as well. And I should be able to slap those together before I got to dip for the day. Oh shit, dude, combining gaming sounds like those kinds of nights. Yeah. Is it a review you can tell us that you're writing about? Weffels here has been getting a lot of cool games lately. Should be proud. A lot of people want to actually work with gaming as a living, and this guy's fucking doing it. Yeah, exactly. Huge W's. So I always be telling him to flex it. It is a really cool flex to be able to say that this man's is getting literally paid to review video games. WWE 2024. I feel like it's cool to a certain crowd. It's probably more fun than the UFC games, I bet. Oh. How about we don't stroke my large ego? Hey man, I didn't get my time to get my strokes in this morning, so stroke your ego instead. Come on, Spam. There we go. Oh yeah, I used to play the WWE games back in the day with the homie Taval. Shout out to him. When I was real young, we used to go to his house every day after like grade 2 or grade 3 and play WWE. I always picked Rey Mysterio. Always picked Rey Mysterio. Bro's tweaking because he... Yeah, I'm taking it out on the Spam and Raza. Oh, they skipped a year? Well, I feel like the WWE fell off as a whole for a little bit there. I'm excited to see how this onion powder turns out. It's now I've made garlic powder, ginger powder, onion powder. The world is my oyster, but also these onions, this bag of onions cost me $3. Your onion powder cost me like $6, probably more. So it's going to be a big save long term. And I do want to own my own farm soon enough. So I'll just make all my own seasonings instead. So we're going to get to frying the Spam. It's not cat food, pal. Give that fluff some food? No, I'm mad strict. My roommate is pretty strict as well with it. I don't want to betray that. But I'm very, even with dogs, no people food, ever. Feed. Because once they get, like many other beasts, once they get a taste for it, it doesn't stop, right? So I'm insanely strict with like, no, they never ever get my food. Maybe sometimes I'll put something in his bowl, like if it's tuna, Bro, looking heavy though, I can't lie. Yeah, man. He's part. We think he's a Norwegian forest cat, but often the vets think he's a Maine Coon. But the Norwegian forest cats all have this stuffed up face. So this guy, his ancestors were just lurking in Russian forests, killing what I read about them, and they apparently in the wild they would have to eat 4 rodents a day to keep up their diet. So it makes sense for how big they are. Yeah, you're not supposed to. It's high in iron and some other things that can like slowly poison them. You can give them a nibble, but spam, frying, onions need cutting. Yeah. What this fucker loves, the human treat he does get, and it's funny because I use it for like my hair and my bats and shit more often. But this fucker loves coconut oil. He goes off on coconut oil. So I'll give him some coconut oil every now and then, and it's good for his tummy. The other day he had like stuff stuck in his throat, and it really helped him there. Yeah, no, dairy is exceptionally bad because that's like one of those. The dairy is simple logic. The dairy is like a cat. A cat is never going to have milk in the wild. Like only humans drink dairy. So like you're giving your cat something that like their body has no idea what to do with. So if you're lucky and you've got a guy who's got a trash can body, they can get through it, but it's really not good for them. Yeah, I got you, bro. I got you on cat tips anytime. As I said, since I was like a cat since I was born. When I was a kid, my mom already had a cat, and that motherfucker lived till like 22 or something. So he was around till I was like 12. He was disabled though. He had physical disabilities, like he had motor function issues. So this cat, it couldn't do depth perception that I had previously, so it would be hilarious. He would like walk into walls and like he couldn't make jumps. He would like hit the wall and overshoot stuff all the time. It was very adorable, but also, yeah, he struggled a little bit. So fancy boy onion tricks, right? Trying to do onions easier. You want to get the peels off. You want to do it the chef way, right? Cut it in half so that you've got the butt on one side and the tip on one side, right? So we got this set up like this. Now what you're going to want to do is take off the top of it, and that will allow you to peel the entire thing. And there you go. You just got the peeling process done in like a matter of seconds. Right? Onion prepped. Bingo, bango. That's all it takes. And so that's how you see, like, in restaurants, they're able to go through, like, 50 of them in half the time. Easy peasy. And then this way, it's also got a flat side, so you're already prepared. It's already, like, safe to cut. You're not fumbling around with it. Especially when you've got, like, good onions, fresh ones like this. They'll be slippery, right? They'll teach us to stop crying from onions. Typically, actually, stop crying from onions means you need to use a sharper knife. If your knife isn't sharp enough, you squishing it is what's causing all of those allergens to come out. Now, sometimes there are variables that the onions you're using just have a higher percentage of the stuff that makes you cry. So sometimes it's just unavoidable. But most typically, it means your knife is not sharp enough, which is why it happens more often in like a household home versus a restaurant. It can still happen in restaurants, but then that's usually because you're cutting 50 of them at a time. And so over those, that's going to make you cry as well. I used to have that. I used to work in a Lebanese restaurant as a server. And, you know, there's onions in all that Middle Eastern food. So they used to cut like literally like 400 onions a night. And it was so bad that it would like get to the front of house. I would be like serving people and have to apologize because they're like sitting at their table tearing up because the whole restaurant has so much onion smell in it that they were crying while sitting at the table. And I'm like, fuck, this is like so embarrassing. It was a high-end restaurant too. And it's like, how do I make these rich people, they're going to be so frustrated with me. And there's like literally nothing I can do. Yeah, they needed more ventilation in the bitch for sure, for sure. That was like same restaurant because it was a Lebanese restaurant. They did a lot of kebabs and stuff on like a charcoal grill. And like every now and then the fan would break. And when the fan broke, bro, the entire place would just like fill up with smoke and you'd run into the same issue. It's like high-end restaurant. And I'm trying to tell these extremely wealthy people that are paying like $100 a meal. It's like, sorry, you've just got to deal with all of this kebab smoke everywhere. And then you'd see one of the head chefs, Mr. Tumby, have to climb up onto the roof and fix the fan in the middle of the shift. Shout outs to Mr. Tumby, though. That's literally what we were told to call him. It's like, you don't want a first name? He's like, no, I like Mr. Tumby. It's like, okay, bud. And like another time, there's one that I had to like break up a fight between the dishwashers. They're always, of course, it's like a Lebanese restaurant, but all the chefs are always Sri Lankan, hence the Mr. Tumby. And none of the servers or the manager knew what to do because two of the dishwashers started fist fighting in the back and started like literally throwing metal pans at each other. And no one spoke their language. All the other chefs who spoke Tamil had left for the day. So we've got these two guys fighting in the back and no one can speak their language. And we're like, holy shit, what the fuck? I had to like forcefully get in the middle and separate the one guy. Like outside. I just kept saying outside, outside, outside. I don't care. Outside is all I kept saying. Because like there was customers in the restaurant still, and you could just hear the pans flying across the bloody fucking kitchen. And I'm like, man, this is fucking it up for all of us. Oh, these spams be looking pretty good though, I ain't gonna lie. Sounds about right. And Lord knows what they were fighting about too. That's the other thing. I think I heard from one of the other chefs after that the one guy insulted the other one's mother, and I was like, oh, okay. At least it was a reasonable fight. Yeah, bro. I like them to be nice and get that crispy, especially if I'm doing the onigiri. So then it adds a little bit of crunch to it. I've also got the green onions here. Onions. But I got the green onions to add to the middle with the Spam. I might make some tuna ones, but I think we'll see. I might just stick with spamming it up today. Next week when I do my cooking stream, I want to experiment with doing roasted. I want to do fried cauliflower in the air fryer. The tuna is good. The tuna's a solid go. As I said, I'm still perfecting the recipe though, so I think I'll just stick with the Spam today, and I'll cut those little bits that I got in half. Throw in some green onion in the middle with the Spam, and that should be fire. I have a blessed cooking space too. Yeah, bro, I can't I'm blessed for this kitchen. You guys seen the little shitty studio basement I was living in before, right? So this is like, I do not take any of this space for granted. I've got a fucking skylight and a balcony, bro. Like, what else could you ask for? And I got pretty okay rent for Toronto. It was still stupid Toronto prices, but comparatively, and considering I live in Parkdale, it's quite good actually. Yeah, this is like this is a whole tabletop that we got. This tabletop came with the kitchen, and it was like cool, awesome, great. And then we like looked at how it looks on top, and I'm like fuck it, let's use the entire thing as a cutting board. And then it's like very aesthetic, especially with how much I cook. So now I just have one massive cutting board, and then I have another one. What the computer is set up on here? The computer is set up on a cutting board on wheels that I built. I didn't. I refurbed. I have to be fair there. I didn't build it, but I took it apart. I added in some more screws so it's a bit more sturdy. I've got all my knives on the side here. If you don't mind sharing off stream, I'm curious what the price is like. Yeah, I could tell you off stream. I may forget that, so if I forget, I won't be offended if you ask me. Just FYI, to be fair. Improvisation and innovation, yeah. Because I got a lot of chef's knives, right? I've got some of my grandfather's chef knives, and I've got a couple that I've carried around. This one is my favorite knife that I use. The shape is called a peasant's knife. I like the weight to it. It's very back heavy, but also light. And as you can see, it's not made of stainless steel. It's made of like normal carbon steel. So I do have to take care of the blade, or else it gets a lot of these speckles on it. Yeah, no worries. My coolest knife that I have from my grandfather, it's a bone knife. This is my favorite one that I got from my grandfather. So this is made for like carving or like deboning pigs. So it's like, you see it's got this cool like scimitar shape so that it's sharp here, but you can also like dig into the meat, and it's actually way more flexible than it looks. So that if you're like inside of an animal or inside of something heavy, you can like carve around bones. So this is like definitely my favorite one. This knife's probably 70 to 80 years old. It's very prized of mine. Like, you can even look at this fucking handle, bro. It's worn down by the old man's hand, which I always find crazy. One second, let me flip the spam. Before I would use just like traditional sharpeners, but a year or two ago, a family member gifted me one of those proper Japanese whetstones. So I've been using that. That might be something I can do on stream. I was going to make a TikTok out of it, but it wouldn't hurt to do that one on stream. But I've got a proper like Japanese chef whetstone, and the Dexter means I don't think it's very Dexter. I can see why you're going there. Ooh, little zippy. As you can see, I've still got most of my peeling work off my hands from when I worked in kitchens. So I'm able to like get extremely close to the oil. Even if it touches my fingies, it doesn't burn still. Here, yeah, this is a sharpened ceramic whetstone, and it's like a mid grit. It's a blue medium, and you use this whetstone. You let it soak a little bit, and then with water, I run the blade edge across it, and this stone gets it to like a good medium sharp, enough for my standards. If you wanted to be a perfectionist, you need to get a higher grit. You would technically like use this one and then use a higher grit, but this cuts it for me. Plenty good. This is full like made in Japan whetstone. Technically, yeah, I should have a lapping plate. And then they go from like, this one is a blue, which is the middle. And I think blue is medium at 1500 grit. And the super fine is 30,000 grit, and that's purple. So I'm fine with just the middle one, but technically, if I really wanted to, you'd get one of these higher grades afterwards. Years in the restaurant industry. That's also why I'm so cozy talking as I do these streams. I just kind of treat it as if I was training someone in the restaurant. But it even comes in this like cool Japanese ass case, so that I can put the whetstone on top of it and the whole thing doesn't slide around. It like sits on the insert. Oh man, gotta get that slice. Hey, you worried me. I thought that meant that my cat stole one of those spams from me. So we did about 5 onions. By the time this is done, the rice is already pretty much ready to go. But I'm gonna use that burner. Give that boy some food. He just had his treats. It was all funny bad influence that I didn't anticipate. Okay. There we go. We should be back on. For some reason, the camera feed went down. Say what? This is why I need a different protocol to get my camera over here. I'm too reliant on having the Wi-Fi feed. Appreciate y'all's patience. Yeah, I noticed. I saw my thing started booting funny. That was odd. I'm gonna refresh it on my side too, double check this. Yeah, it's funny how consistent it is. I'm really noticing Ethernet to a switch might help, but wiring will be everywhere. That's the thing. Because I'm running from like my kitchen to my room, which isn't far, so it's not a big hassle. But if I have to run, I could kind of, if I really want to get technical with it, I am taking this serious. I could like hide an Ethernet cable along the ceiling. So that's like the backup of backup options. But like what happens, I've noticed, I was talking about this on my other stream this week with Afro actually. I was talking to him about it. I've noticed with my area that specifically at like high user hours around noon, around lunchtime when everyone's getting home and turning on their YouTubes and Netflix and shit, that's when my overall speeds slow down heavy. But But Ethernet to a switch isn't a bad idea at all. Like, I wonder if I could do like use a Wi-Fi. No, that wouldn't make sense. If I could use some sort of extender and then Bluetooth it. But yeah, because I am in the West End in Parkdale, it's like this area is a big victim of they lie to you about how many people are on your internet node. So our signal strength is good, but then during peak hours, I'll have service interruptions like that, which I don't stress out too much, but it's not ideal since I'm streaming. Wireless will always drop, to be honest. Yeah. That's why I was thinking, like, that's why I hit you up. I was like, there's got to be that I could set up a local area network from this laptop and then have the laptop connected over there rather than, like, I'm using the OBS Ninja, the same thing that I use to remote stream with Raza. So I would, like, ideally like to figure out a way that sending my cams here to my desktop don't take up so much of my bandwidth. That's the term I'm looking for. LAN setup works best wired. Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'll think about it. Again, I brought up the Pi idea that I didn't consider before. I could maybe have a smaller Pi in here and run an Ethernet cable along the ceiling. So then I don't have to use this laptop every single time. Like, that's where it's, again, not my specialty, but I remember reading about SMTP protocols, but that's, again, outside of my breadth. And then those onions, for the onion powder and the garlic powder, what I usually do is I'll leave them running in the oven for a day, literally, for about 8 hours in one day. I'll let them sit about another day, half a day, and then I'll fire it back up again to get the last of the moisture out of it. Technically, if we keep doing these streams, I'll start keeping more of these peels so that I can just make stock. But right now, it's very complicated, not going to lie. I know. I tried to do it with my old, when I had the basement studio in that storefront that you've been to back in the day. I was trying to figure out how I could do similar, have like a camera permanently set up somewhere and then use a protocol to fire it over. But it's a little bit, I found it was like way too much maintenance. Like I was able to sort of figure it out, but I would have to like constantly check to see if my protocols were running right. What kind of coffee be drinking? I'm in budget mode, so I'm kind of broke right now. So nothing fancy. I found my favorite cheap coffee though. Found my favorite cheapest coffee. So still nothing to brag about much. I do like to be a hipster about it and get beans when I'm more financially available. But my budget coffee from Freshco, the Best Buy no name, the compliments version, way better than Folgers. Way better than Maxwell House. So it's still broke boy no-name coffee, but I found it, I genuinely like it more than a Folgers. I ain't gonna lie. And it's like $10 for this entire fucking thing. But I was surprised. I bought it on like, okay, we'll test it. I'll get the cheap $10 one. Let me see if this holds up. And I was like, wow, this is actually, I like it better than the other cheap brands. Folgers is the one, it ends up tasting like motor oil, like the stereotypical complaint of coffee. And then Maxwell House, I kind of get tired of the taste of it after a while. It could be my own bias because I've had it way too long in my life. But I do get fairly sick of it. And then because it's a fancy knife, I gotta rinse it off every single time. Otherwise those onion oils fuck up the blade, right? And they make that tarnish. So then you can take the knife face down, palm with towel in hole. And that's how you avoid cutting yourself up. Coffee all tastes the same at the end of the day. Yeah, exactly. The Nestle one ain't that. I've never really liked the Nestle one, but I'm a little biased there. But when I'm being bougie, I even have. I'll show you right quick because I got a second before I put the rice on. When I'm being bougie, I got this guy, and I get some beans, and I take the beans, and you put them in here, and I actually do a full like grind them up by hand. And I like how it tastes way better. But it's like the most hipster thing to like get up in the morning, put beans in this thing, and do some ASMR grinding. I was dating someone who was like more hip than me, and they came over and they were mocking me even. They're like, okay. And you're supposed to be the cool one. And I was like, what the fuck? Coffee beans are cheaper than ground coffee. I go to Bulk Barn. Not really. That's the math on this like $10 can adds up to cheaper than getting Bulk Barn beans. I did that math. But still very affordable choice. The Bulk Barn is close second. It comes out, it's like the same amount that I get in a cheap can. It comes out to, yours comes out to about $12 for the same amount, $13. So realistically, I'm being nitpicky. So washing the rice, I mean, I'm talking to people who aren't white, so you guys are well aware of how to wash your rice. That's why I'm not really walking through it all that much. I rinse it about 3 times typically, but again, since I'm making rice balls, it's like not a worry at all. A little bit more gluten isn't bad when I'm trying to get them all to mush together after anyways, right? Wash everything. Wash everything. That's probably the one difference of me being, I wasn't taught to like wash all of my meats the same way you would have been. Like all the chickens and shit, I don't really. My family, like, is still like the immigrant family. My Ukrainian family was very adamant on like the cooking process kills germs anyways. So my Ukrainian family was very much like, fuck it. I wash most of the stuff, but I don't wash like my chicken. No, I don't really like wash my chicken. I don't think it's necessary in these times because all the germs will cook off. Now, it's like some other things, yeah, but like red meats, chicken, not really. A lot of other stuff, yeah, vegetables, produce, fruits, veg, all that type of stuff. Yeah, I wash it. Wash everything. Yeah, because I get it. I see where it comes from, but if you're going to get botulism, you probably already got it from contacting the package that it's in. And yeah, so like I said, it's not so bad if there's a little bit of extra gluten in this one, and there kind of is. It's not as clear as I would normally wash my rice to. Yes, that's like a halal meat would also technically. Ramadan is coming up. Yeah, I was going to ask you. I knew that. I was going to ask you if you were taking any time off the computer or anything as a result. That's why the race this weekend, the F1 race this weekend, is on a Saturday because of Ramadan. Yeah, the F1 race is on a Saturday because of Ramadan. And I was wondering if it's like, I highly suspect it's not F1 being supportive and aware of the holiday, I highly suspect that they can't get the staff to run the track on the holiday, is what I think. I highly doubt all these wealthy Saudi Arabians with money. Their concern is that they can't get any of the peasants to work. Halal gang. Oh, maybe next week's cooking stream I could do halal friendly meals. That would be awesome. And you asked earlier, coffee, not black, but very minimal, like 1 sugar, 1 milk, nice and low, just enough to give it the taste of like having additives. But like, I don't pile on the sugar. I did a big coffee revelation when I was in university that really changed it. It's okay, dude. Just eat 5 eggs for Sari and break your fast. And yeah, you just eat 5 eggs. That's how you get through the day. I will never forget. We used to have a couple mans on my football team that would fast and still play. It would be like, bro, no one's gonna judge you. You're not eating. Like, you don't have to play. It doesn't make you weak. We're not looking at you like crazy. I don't know how the fuck I would train for high-level sports at the level I was playing. Hey, you're not allowed to drink water? We're like, come on, man. Part of the test, homie. I guess that's your, yeah. Fair enough. Testing your fortitude. I would take them. Okay. Like still keeping up your normal routine, even under the changing conditions. So okay, I see that. Dates. The dates I know. The dates I'm well aware of. But that's why we're fine. You're already going through a big mental battle. You don't have to keep playing on the team. We're not going to like bench you if you want to break for the week. Yeah, one of my best homies in high school, he was Afghan, but he was always cheating. So that was you just have mad dates with him constantly. Just snacking on dates all day. And we're like, you're still cheating. You're still breaking the rules. He's like, oh, no, blah, blah, blah. All right, bro. Good luck getting ready. Thank you for coming through. It's always good chatting. I tend to be stuck here with Wiffles most of the time, so thank you. I'll hit you up after in the chat. Maybe we'll get some good ideas going. So rice is cooking. Onions are in the oven. I let those run. Get this prepared. So done. Rice is cooking. Prep filling. I did fry the filling already, so that's good. We're ahead of time. We're ahead of schedule here. Yeah, peace, bro. Peace. Good to see you as always, fam. We'll get an actual chill time in soon enough. I gotta see Afro soon too, so maybe we'll do a group hang. I think Wiffles wanted to come by for the end of the month, so. Pretty sure Wiffles is just having an existential crisis now because he realized it's Ramadan. Should be plenty green onions for that. Let's get them soaking so that I can have them ready. Is my rice already boiling? No, it's not yet. Oh, I didn't do my stretches today. My hips killing me. Yeah, I'm interested to see where Wiffles went. He's definitely having a panic attack. He's talking to his mom about Ramadan right now. I guarantee it. Guarantee that's what's going on. Give the rice one stir before she boils. We throw in a little bit of garlic powder. I'm going to throw in a little bit of salt. I'm going to use that peanut salt I harvested earlier. So I bought a whole big old bag of peanuts before. They had a bunch of salt in the bottom. So rather than just throw the shit out, I decided to like sift all the salt out. So I've got like peanut flavored salt. I love throwing a little bit of it in the rice. I find it helps it make it a little dynamic. I'm doing okay for timing. The latest I can be on here is 1:30, so we will be able to get this done for the day. My concern, I would say, is being able to cool the rice off in time. Another little recipe I've been wanting to try is I don't usually like fry up rice cakes. I don't do that often. So that might be a little intermittent thing that we'll get done here. I'm going to see if I can fry up a rice cake or two, see how that turns out for me. But filling wise, I think I might add small sauce to go alongside. I've got some sour cream I'll let these up. We'll do some vinegar and some ginger and olive oil. Throw that together and we'll toss it in with the Spam and chives here, and I think that will be a fun balance. Should balance out the tastes a little bit. Some salt and some pepper, some of this, some of this, some of that. Bop, bop, bop. So if anyone's curious, this is my mini March marathon. Last year was called March Madness, so I'm trying to go with the same title. But my goal, I want to get monetized by the end of this month so that I can share more of, if you check out my streams from earlier this week, share more of my time in my inventory for my eBay store, Grandma's Dead Stock. I'm really excited with how the whole path is developing. I'm not necessarily building this up to be the greedy boy of like, oh, I need subs to make more money. My true goal here is kind of just to balance out the urgency on all sides of the hustle. So if I have this platform monetized, then I can share more of the cool parts of what I do, and then I can also focus on making fun content. But, you know, it'd be what it'd be. Oh, rice boiling over. Time to put lid on. Where's rice lid? Here we are. I'm gonna have to watch that. My burner stays way too hot too long. Shit's gonna keep boiling over. And Stream Cam actually helped with that one. Shit. Again, it's okay if it's a little off. Since I'm making rice balls, it's low stress. I'll just keep an eye on the pan here. Cool. Yep. got them. We on it. Yeah, and then especially because I'm in broke boy mode, I am very much debating one of these next cooking streams to do a very long one and just prep food all day long so that I'm already like set up. This burner stove drives me up the bloody wall sometimes, man. It doesn't cool down quick enough. So then even when I'm cooking rice, it continues to boil over for far too long. I need some agua. Thank you, Restream bot. You haven't lost your job yet. Hey, Rose. Appreciate you, fam. I hope you have a good lurking session. I hope work goes well, bro. Keeping up the variety. You may notice after this month, I may not be going so hard in terms of every single day, but I'm definitely I want to do cooking streams at least twice a month afterwards. And those eBay streams, my inventory streams, all that is staying, especially on a regular basis. I just, again, might not be on every single bloody day. I have to be able to actually buy product and stuff too, so that's the thing. I got to be careful with that. Oh, do I have a dead camera again? No, I don't. We're good. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it highly. But, so I'm interested, as I said, I've never really fried rice balls often, so I'm going to try to do a couple rice cakes. Should have some extra here, and then that will give me lunch and preoccupy the time as we wait for the rest of this rice to, I'm going to put it in the freezer to try to cool it down. Because I'm worried if I try to make the onigiri while it's still too hot, the moisture from the steam will cause the balls to break apart. But so I'm going to use up the rest of the sour cream. I'm going to have to keep running back to that because, again, my silly burner doesn't like to work properly for me. This should be perfect. It's like literally all I need for this. Make a little fusion filling, just something that's a little, I can just dab onto the Spam that we got here, just to help add some moisture to the middle of the filling. And I'll probably cut these Spam pieces in half is what I'm thinking. But yeah, shouts, Ruse. Appreciate you, man. You got in on the ground floor, bro. It will not be forgotten. Especially because I'm getting no followers on Kick. If anyone's watching this on multiple platforms, I do simulcast. And I've noticed it's so much slower to get new randos on Kick. I really don't hate the platform as a whole and the functionalities. The stream quality is definitely way better. And I kind of like the layout and how it works. But at the end of the day, I'm definitely not getting as much rando follows as I do over here on the good old Jeff Bezos platform. But I'm also on, right now, I'm also streaming to Facebook and YouTube. Facebook, dead. But because I do the reselling business, because I own an eBay store, my goal and ideal is to have the streams on Facebook so I can get old people watching them. I definitely don't want my entire audience to be old people, but people in their 50s and 60s think what I'm doing here is cool, right? Oh, let me smell that. Oh, no sour cream for the sauce. It's not bad yet, but it's starting to go, and I don't want that. I don't want that taste. I'm putting so much effort into these. I'm not even using it if it's near bad. We're going to switch to the mayonnaise. We're going to use the egg filling. Blah. Yeah, not horrendous. Definitely not where I want it to be. So we're going to improvise. Because I think it's like, even I talk to a lot of people who are of those older age demographics. And everyone does love the concepts behind what I'm doing. But it's very fair. Like, not only is live streaming something that's like foreign or new to them, I can't expect someone who only uses Instagram and Facebook to make a Twitch account to just watch me, right? So I don't expect my stuff to necessarily blow up quick on Facebook, but I'm hoping having that resource there can make it a lot easier, so that as my eBay business grows and I'm just chatting to people casually about what I'm setting up, then I'll be like, oh, you can also just follow the Facebook page. The part I'm lacking on in terms of operating that social media presence, though, is I need some assistance from somewhere on scheduling more content for it. Because I can already create the styles of content I need. I've already created a lot of graphics that I can use in the future after I'm done this marathon month. But I just got to spend like 3 hours once a week and schedule 2-3 weeks worth of stuff. So this little snoss should go well. We'll put a little dab, just a fresh little dab. You guys tuned in before? This is the ginger powder we made a few weeks ago. It smells bloody delicious. It was well worth getting like organic ginger and using that. Put just a bit of that in there. Probably a little bit too much, but it's for me, so I'm going to be biased. Halal stream would be funny though. Maybe I'll make halal food one day. I've been wanting to try to make falafel at home. I haven't done falafel often. That's a fucking mouthful. Falafel often. Oh, my brain's gonna be stuck on that one. Falafel often. But I haven't really done many falafels, and I kind of would really like to try. So if anyone's curious, I just threw some paprikas and some garlic powder in here, and some oregano. Keeping it simple, not going too crazy. I got a little bit of sesame oil. Otherwise, it will overpower the taste. I'm a big fish sauce man. I like how fish sauce adds that umami that a lot of like Caucasian style foods are missing. Fish sauce, highly underrated as an addition to your dish. Also, if you're trying to be healthy, you gotta get those omegas from the fish sauce. I do take fish oil pills though, so it's like less of a concern in terms of my dietary needs. Speaking of which, let's get those popped. We go with the classic. I got the Kirkland blend. But I really like both the little balance that fish oil ends up adding to the flavor, as well as like covering a lot of nutrient bases. I was gonna add, I got everything else out here I need. So some pepper, some salt. The rice is coming off in 45 seconds. Then I let it sit with the lid on for about 2 minutes. And then I give it a stir and I let it steam out. And then, as I said, we're going to take a little bit of that. I'm going to try to make some of them rice patties. And then the rest, I'm going to throw it in the freezer ASAP. And then get that shit cooled down so that we can actually make the onigiri. Still, again, don't judge my technique for the onigiri shape. That's what I'm still kind of nailing down. I'm going to try to do it my own way. And if I can make it work this week, I'll be stoked because I can run with that. But if not, I'm going to have to buy one of those like silicone molds that you see a lot of people using. Speaking of which, let's throw some lemon juice in here too. Why not? I just saw it. Dismiss. Rice off heat. Sit 2 minutes. Timer. Normally I don't have to use these timers. I can do it off of like my own memorization, but considering I got to babble to you guys, That's where I lose a little bit of timing in my head. It's been a few years since I worked in the restaurant industry. So I used to be able to like talk to the entire staff or do training while also keeping track of all my cooking times. But gotta be humble. Don't have all them skills anymore, you know what I mean? But so I got some roasted red pepper, just a little sliver, because I don't want it to overpower the rest of the dish. But I think we'll add a nice little touch and balance to this tiny dressing I'm going to use. I don't want to slather it in it. I just want to add something to lube up the Spam with the green onions. So we're going to cut them up real fine here. When I do have more money, I would love to have a third camera right in front of me. And I can put it in the other corner of the screen so you guys can see my knife work. So I know some people like the satisfying signs of that. I think it would be cool. I'm not necessarily the fanciest, but I do know my way around the blade, per se. Shouts to my dad and my grandpa who taught me everything that I know. If only Inf was here to make the 11 a.m. jokes. Got a lot of extra forearm energy today because I didn't use it up. And voila, yes, good, fantastic. Rice came out perfect, actually. A little overdone, but that's what we wanted. Since we're going to mush it all into a ball, give it a stir here. Yeah, it's a little moist, but that's not a bad thing for our current scenario. What's our normal people time? 12:15. We're gonna get this done in time. Hell yeah! Good job, news team. I've got the onions in the oven dehydrating. Popped my fish oil pill. Onions dehydrating. As I said, this will have to go for like 8 hours today. So I just got a big baking tray full of them. I'll leave it on while I'm doing a bunch of crap today. And then I'll end up letting it sit for probably all of Saturday. And then I'll finish them up on Sunday. And I should make at least like 1 shaker's worth of powder. I could definitely like triple it or make it much larger in the future. But until I nail these things down, like the ginger, excellent, worked out. So I feel comfortable with how much I can toss in at a time. But even when I did my garlic powder the first time, I didn't do it even enough. And my garlic powder came up a little bit too moist. So I want to double check that the onions cook through the same way before I just go off. I'm like cutting up 10 of them. Because I wouldn't mind sharing some of the powder with my friends and fam. I think that would be a fun little gift. Could be a Christmas gift even, right? Give people homemade herbs and whatnot. But such is my rambles. So I got this nice little sauce going. Let's see, it looks kind of cool. Let this, give it a stir. Everything should come together quite nicely. And this guy, we're just going to end up tossing a small dollop of this on the inside of the onigiri with a piece of the Spam and some of these. I'm tempted to call them scallions, but they're. And this is kind of just more for flavor profile. I definitely don't want to overdo the sauce. Mayo in the tuna, and then them bad boys. Over time, way too moist, way too fucking moist. So that's set up. This is set up. We're gonna make our little platform prepared for doing the rice balls. Just slide you over. We got the coffee. We got this. I got that. Blade needs cleaning. I'm going to fill up the sugar quick too. It's taking up space on my table. I've been meaning to do it. When Imp was here, I already walked through the blade. Technically, you see I'm doing this? Wrong. Don't do it. If I was teaching an amateur chef, always flat side down, towel in palm, that press the flat side against, and then you can, at my skill level, you can hold both sides, but I would say proper, do not cut yourself, flat, lean, pull, flat, lean, pull. That's how you make sure you don't accidentally slice through the towel. Or the thing you want to be most worried about is if it slips, because it can very easily, in this scenario, you're moving too quick. It's already now facing your hand, right? So you want to be holding it in a way that you're both sure, but if you make a mistake, you're not going to slice your little fingies off, right? That's the difference between like amateur knife use and high-level knife use. Personally, but I am a bit biased there because obviously it's how I learned. But just double checking some settings here on my webcam laptop. Which again, now considering my Pi usage, I'm getting way better with the Raspberry Pis. I'm highly debating maybe handy or smarter to have a Raspberry Pi in the kitchen, and I can use that Raspberry Pi to plug in all these webcams that I use rather than have to use my remote streaming setup, which is a Lenovo laptop, which isn't that bad, but I don't know. Something about it. It's a lot of fucking hassle to set up the remote streaming laptop, and then I got to get my microphone plugged in, which is a aux cable, XLR cable. So it's got a lot of bits and bops. I could have like a Pi in the corner. I can maybe run an Ethernet cable to my computer along the ceiling, I think. I've got to build my Pi for the studio first, so I can't get too crazy with it. I've already got a lot of hacker work to be done. But filling up the sugar. Oh, spoon needs a wash. Spoon definitely needs a wash. This is it. I don't know if you've seen this. This is my cute little sugar jar. It's got a nice little lid on it and everything. So then it's quite handy because then you just buy this whole bag of white sugar, you dump it in, and you forget about it. You forget about it. Sugar ASMR. Oh, what? It's dry in here already. What the hell? What kind of scam is this? That's all I'm going to do. Sorry, it's probably terrible for your ears, so I won't do that much longer. Take this top back on. I'm going to take some of the rice out so that I can try these rice cakes because I haven't tried those before. And then this is going to go in the freezer right now. So that hopefully we can get it to dissipate some of this steam and heat. So I'll try making 2 quick rice cakes. Again, it's something I haven't done before. Just a quick stir. Heat more balanced out of it. Right in the freezer. And that should take a lot of the temp off. There we go. We're going to get the stove running. Pick out some of these nasty bits I got. But I have been having a great time doing all these streams. I'm excited for the flow to be going. I think I've mentioned it. I got the lurkers who have already heard me babble it a bit. But the reason why I'm so excited to get the affiliate is like two core reasons. I think getting affiliate on Twitch will give me like two critical things to this hustle. Because right now the VODs expire right away, right? So as I bring in new people, if you could see the month's worth of content I made, like you could see all these, like you could see 2 cooking streams, you could see all the variety that I do within a month, it doesn't look as disjointed. I think having all those VODs available will make the whole thing make a lot more sense for newcomers. And then B, I think there's an opportunity here for a lot of really cool viewer rewards, especially considering that I do the eBay streams. We could like look up items, the stream for like whatever, 10,000 viewer points. Maybe you're like, you got to buy something under $20, or I think there could be like, or look something up for me, you know, like I got to think about it, but there's 110% some cool ideas that could come about, I think. So basically, to make things more fluid for newcomers, and then also opens up my interactive elements. Like I could even have some sort of goal set up. If you like buy 5 subs or something, I'll do whatever. I gotta add a bit of that olive oil. It's a little too tangy. And yes, I'm using the same spoon because it's for me. If I'm serving other people, I'm going to grab multiple spoons. But since I'm eating it, I'm using the same spoon. Fuck y'all. Just a little touch and that's it. I don't want to overpower it. I'm just trying to cut the acidity that I put in here. Instead, a bit of white vinegar as well as lemon juice. That was way more tangy than I wanted it to be. So, rice cakes. I'm going to take off all my jewelry first. We're going to do what I do with the other stuff. I got to get some rice flour out. I don't really put all that much in. So you can see how thick and like floofy it is. A little pinch of that bad boy will like thicken it right up right away. And then I think I want to put a dash of that vinegar, some salt, and some pepper, and we'll see where to go from there. I've been really wanting to figure out how to make these rice patties for myself, so this is the little fun experiment we're adding as I wait for the onigiri rice to cool down. So we're going to see salt, pepper. Nothing fancy. These are just finds over time. I like the classic. I've got one big, these give me 2 different grains of peppercorns because I'm a dork, because I'm too much of a chef boy. So this guy obviously does the big chunks and this one does the fine powder. So I'm able to use whichever one I feel is most applicable for the dish that I'm trying to create. Often I like thicker chunks to them. But again, I'm a little biased in terms of my flavors. I'm big on seasoning, big on strong taste. If there's garlic in a dish, oh my God, spice that shit up. You know what I mean? So we got this vinegar, splash of the vinegar, splash of the rice flour. We should be able to patty it up quite easily. I might want to oil up my hands, as seductive as that sounds. I think I might give that a go. That's probably wiser for me. I should probably oil up my hands a little bit. I'll do it over the bowl. So you saw how gentle I was applying that powder, right? Freedom Mobile. Fuck you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm on Wi-Fi. Fair enough, though. Fair enough. Phone's tripping out. Phone's mad at me. How the hell did I... Whatever. My streams take up way more data than I think you'd think they would. I mainly just have the phone open here so that I have another option for chat, so I can not have to look over to my computer all the time while I'm yapping to y'all. I'm happy this computer setup worked at the end of the day. Shit, it was a headache. My roommate had to deal with me huffing and puffing. I was not stoked on trying to figure this out. Like, had everything set up ready to go, and the one piece of tech that's like integral, I have a Wi-Fi splitter that takes the power cable as well, and it just decided not to work on me. So good thing my hands are tempered. Yeah, see, I gotta oil up these hands. Look, I'm all fucking sticky already. Let's try running that. Oil's almost ready. Should work. I think this madman method is going to work for me. But oh yeah, I was babbling. My USB splitter also has an input so that it can like split USB, and I can still plug the power cable into it and then plug that into the USB-C. But the motherfucking thing stopped taking power right before I start stream. So it was a good thing I checked, because otherwise my cameras would have died halfway through this. Okay, I think we're working it. I think I got this. Oh, no, patty roll doesn't work. Okay. I'm going to try in my mold that I was going to use after too. So this is my method's working, which is good. Good thing. Little rice patty. Let's try. He's breaking up a bit. So I got to smooth out the ball a bit and then shape it. So I got to get the rice gluten to activate, and then put it in the mold, which I'm decently okay. I'm self-teaching myself how to make these onigiri, like I did with many other recipes. This looks quite good. Okay, so I'm going to use the pan after, like I was planning to, when I make the actual mold. So I'm going to try to fry that bad boy up, and then let's try one. What I'm thinking, I'm going to make this easier since I don't have a silicone mold. I got this bad boy. It's a really tiny egg pan. I'm going to try to shape it to that, and I think this will be the trick to make it work. We're going to see, though. Oil it up a bit. So if I'm correct, my palm, I'm going to want to like take a good little bit. I'm going to want to squish it up so that all the gluten activates. I'll get all the gluten nice and squished together. When the gluten activates, the rice should start to stick like so. And then I kind of want to try this pan, as I said. Oof. Idea may not be working. What if I do it with more rice? What if I do a big ol' handful, then use that as a mold? Thank you, Restream Bot. Finally working properly for once. So we got a bigger amount of rice this time. I'm going to try to put it in the bottom of this bad boy and see if it shapes up the way I want. Okay, rice ball. Try to squish it down. Mold. Ugh. Not a bad idea using a mold this size. I don't think this pan's going to cut it. Maybe it will. What? My phone just like spit out only a second of audio. That was trippy. Okay, here we go. What the hell? Maybe my AirPods just died. Like heard my voice for one moment. This actually okay. Okay, this should work for the onigiri then. We'll do this. And I've got this bad boy. And then what I'm thinking, when I'm making the onigiri, I'll poop it out. I do that again. And then I'll put them on top of each other. And we should have success. I think I still want to buy a mold for this. Oh, nope. See? Nope. No success. Not enough rice flour. Too thin. I need a smaller mold for sure. Let me try to improvise. Let's see what else I can whip out. I gotta have something that's like flat but shallow. Maybe a lid for something. Doesn't have too much of a lip on it. Like I'm thinking like a jar lid like that. Maybe a jar lid. If not, the silicone mold is going to be a big priority on the list. Tricky call. Well, this is why we solve the problems ahead of time. I don't have a good backup option here, sadly. Ham. These guys tinier. Yes, they are. I'll try this ramekin next. Maybe this will work better. Let's get this first patty frying because I'm curious. So fried rice patties might be something to turn to later on for myself. Woo. So we're going to try the same trick, smaller size. I'm also going to do a quick cleanup. I got fucking rice everywhere already. But yeah, I definitely need one of these onigiri molds. This is like starting to become out of the question. It's going to make my life a hell of a lot easier. I've almost got the method down, but clearly not enough yet. Thank you, Restream Bot, as always. So we're going to re-oil this one. These guys, I use them to like do oven poached eggs with. So you can put it in that ramekin. You put a little bit of like oat milk or whatever your dairy is of choice with the egg and whatever toppings. You can put meat in there. You can put cheese in there, anything you want. And then you just pop those in the oven. I think you can use an air fryer too. So this one should be able to use a little bit less rice. I think this will work. We're going to see here, y'all. Again, bad timing for Imp not to be here to make the jokes. This would be the right time to make 11 a.m. jokes. Okay, yeah, see? So what I'm thinking is like I put it in the ramekin like this. Got my own hair in it. That's kind of gross. Good thing it's my test. Put it in the ramekin, and then I should be able to poop it out. Come on. I should be able to poop it out. Ah, too thin on the bottom. Still much closer though. Okay. I think that's how we're going to try to make it work for the bigger batch. Use that ramekin. I'll make sure there's a little bit more on the bottom in the middle so that it doesn't get so broken. But then it will give me these little patties, and then I will form these patties together after I put the filling in. Okay. So we'll get the second ramekin out. I can use that one as well. And we're gonna double time it. What time do I got on the clock? 12:40. I got enough. We're gonna make it work. Okay. What's my little rice patty doing? Let's make a tiny rice patty. These are my lunch. Giga. Fucking love Onigiri. Yeah, nice to see you, Giga. I'm still working out my recipe for it. I did watch some tutorials. I'm not being full balls out. I can solve it. But I'm trying to figure out how to do it without having one of the special molds. And I've been using basmati rice instead of like sushi grade rice. But I add a little bit of that glutinous rice flour. So I just kind of cheat by adding the glutinous rice flour. The gluten's what makes it stick together. So you're kind of like forcing it to become more like sushi rice. What I've been whining about, what Chad would have been hearing me whine about the entire time, is I most definitely need one of those silicone molds. Oh, yeah, rice cake didn't work so well. I don't think pan's hot enough either, though. Yeah, still edible. Good thing this is for me. This part I was also testing for me. I've been wanting to try to make these rice patties, but I think I need to toss an egg in them next time. I think egg in the rice patty will solve this problem. I don't have enough coagulant in it. Last time I made onigiri, I didn't know you can't refrigerate it overnight. Yeah, I'm gonna try to freeze it. I'm gonna leave a couple in the fridge to eat over the next few days, and then I'm gonna try to eat. But would they fall apart? Is that what you're saying? Because that's what happened to me last time. I made it and they all blew up after I put them in the fridge. Which was, at the end of the day, it's just rice with filling, so they're still edible. I wouldn't call it the biggest failure, but obviously, I mean, that's not the outcome you want. You got me till about 1:30 here today, just everyone who's in Toronto time zone. But I gotta get that mold. I need a plate for me to eat some of these failed patties that definitely need egg. Patties 100% need egg. I'm gonna try to hope they get more crispy, and that will help them join together better. But I think I kind of fucked myself, which isn't such a big deal. I mean, testing for a reason. I've also got some onions in the oven dehydrating, and I made breakfast for myself at the beginning of stream. Probably going to be doing more of these normie style content at this time of day, especially once I have that Raspberry Pi set up in my stall front, so then I can have that these streams playing in the stall at the same time, and hopefully get a fair bit of outreach from that as a result. I think it'll be very cool to be able to remote in, put the TV in my stall onto my Twitch, and I'll have my Twitch playing there, and then that way I am my own entertainment, adding aesthetic. I just need to get a CRT TV at this point. I got all the other bits and bops. Well, I'm not I need an RCA HDMI to RCA converter, but that's pennies and Amazon. That's nothing. I might have one already somewhere. I think I do, but I'm using it for my record player, because the RCA, I've been using the RCA to HDMI, because then I can just plug the record player audio only RCA into that, and then the HDMI cable that digitizes the signal, and then I send it straight to my desktop and run my records through Voicemeeter. So, still works. Just like everything I have is MacGyver. Yeah, bro, these ain't working. shit. Okay, while we're eating kind of crunchy rice, that's my lunch. I tried. Egg for sure. Gotta add egg. This will solve this problem. I can already tell. It's kind of like when you cook like a fritter or like a latke. It doesn't have enough egg. This is the exact same thing that happens. We've seen this result before. This is not abnormal to me. So we're gonna get our messy station going soon. I'm gonna have this little snack here. I'm gonna get another thing, and I need to get my cling wrap out. I'm gonna try to cling wrap each ball. That should also assist in my process of getting these to stay together. I hope. I hope being the operative word. So I'll cling wrap my ass up here. We got the station. I'll put the rice here. I'll start forming them into the ramekin molds. Put the filling in. Opposite. Form them into the ramekin molds. Plop them out because those will be the tops. Put two more in. Put the filling in. Put the tops on. Plop it out. Put it straight into the saran and wrap that thing up nice and tight. And that should solve my problems. Yeah, that's the move. That's the method we're using. Let me get these crappy rice cakes out. At least I tried. Another experiment. That one I didn't look up any recipes for. That one was straight eyeballing it. I was wondering if I could use the same style of rice that I used for the onigiri. So, let's see if we can pull it off, everybody. For the rice, this guy I'm going to put over here so I can snack. Add some soy sauce to my own food, not the rice. So I'm gonna do little chunks of Spam. I've got some sauce just for flavor. I'm gonna do a small dollop. I don't want to over sauce it by any means. I just don't want it to be dry Spam taste. And some green onions. We'll see. I think my experiment will work, but as I was saying with Giga, it's the worst case scenario. The balls fall apart and we've got a rice bowl that we can eat. It's not that big of a failure, you know. What time do we got? Perfect timing too. The chef boy brought it in. Got a buzzer beater for time. And I got some onions dehydrating here. I made ginger powder a few weeks ago, and now I'm on the onion powder. They're definitely going to take longer, but it makes sense because there's so much more moisture in an onion. Should have considered that. They smell pretty good. I think it's going to have a similar effect as the ginger. I'm interested to see how it turns out. Kat, you can come in here. Just please don't go on the table. Just don't go on the table, please. Okay? No tables. You want to sit on the chair? You can sit on the chair. I swear to God. Such a little shit disturber. Don't do it. I can see you. Okay. So hopefully, yeah, rice is cooled enough. I'll take half from the top and I will make more of the rice mixture after if I need to, which I probably will, but we're just going to try to, since I'm learning, I'm not going to overdo it. Nope, that didn't seal. There. cat. Be in here. You want to say hi to stream before I cook? Because then I can wash my hands again. You want to say hi? This is the little one. This is Mars. She's a big stretchy girl. But okay, wash my hands. Now we're cooking. Don't get on the table, please. Now, both my cats have been a guest on all of my streams. They're fun, adorable. That's a cat. She's a that's the bionic kitty. She's got metal plates in her legs. She broke her little front leggies back in the day. So rice cake. Yeah, egg, 100% egg. Egg, maybe normal flour. Yeah, I think egg and normal flour. Yeah, that's definitely it. Oh, fuck. Yeah, she does pretty okay. So as you can tell, I'm not touching her again because it's cooking time. But she'll sit and constantly like transfer the weight on her legs. So it's kind of cute because she's always sitting crisscross. It's also a funny reminder, like, oh yeah, this kitty, before I was around, it's a long story. She's an automaton. Yeah, she's one of the enemy. She's definitely more closer to an automaton. You been playing Helldivers? Seems like a you type of game as it is. I need to get back into it. They've not been a good soldier of Super Earth. I've been too busy. That said, loved it. Very fun. Very much get why it's viral. I almost feel like it needs more rice flour. I'm going to try a bit more of that. You know what I'm missing here? I think I'll get another bowl of water going. Yeah, I agree. I think the dedicated game masters is so cool. I love that unique approach. Oh, I had some interference there. Sorry, I see my stream lagging like it's the 2000s. I definitely need a more efficient system to get these webcams from my kitchen to my streaming device. Yeah, I like seeing how it's like, because then it's like I saw the news today that everyone was whining about the new balance patch that they're doing. But I think having the dedicated game master allows for these balance patches to not just absolutely ruin the game like you see in many other multiplayer services. Because like otherwise, you have a bunch of hands-off people coming into the atmosphere and trying to force the gameplay to go in a way that's like unnatural for the users, right? So I think by having the game master constantly watching, they're able to like influence it on that base level. But as you're updating the game and making changes, I think it makes a lot more sense. Yeah, exactly. Way more creative room to fuck around and find out. And since you're actively involved in the recipe and not just like observing, trying to make it this PvP experience, it allows the balancing to go a lot smoother. Because I think you're just more so concerned about user experience and the enemies not being shit. But if they didn't have a game master there, then they're gonna be like, fuck, what do we do? Or do we tweak this world? Do we tweak this bug? But then you could like ruin someone's experience by changing one of the spewing ones to too powerful or whatever. Plus, I think all these YouTube videos critiquing the balancing, definitely victims of the hype machine. Because at the end of the day, it's got a difficulty setting option. Just you're complaining that it's too hard or too easy. Just change the difficulty setting. Like, what the fuck? How are you going to complain about it being too difficult or not when the game has a difficulty setting option? That's what I find ridiculous. You're ruining the fun. Then it's like turn up the difficulty. Then fuck. Okay. So this could go terribly. I will be honest. I'm fairly certain after I double checked. Oh, I got the wrong type of seaweed. I think I would need nori. Sushi nori of some sort. I got just like regular roasted seaweed. Which I need to buy more of. Great snack. I always forget until I have to buy it for a dish. I'm always like, this is like a healthy snack, and I really like it. It tickles my pickle. Okay, I'm excited and I'm a bit worried. Let's see how we do. Let's give the hands another wash just to make sure I'm not furry. But I'm not surprised. I know you're like in between of like a little bit of role playing. So I think that's like I'm not the massive success of it makes sense. It hits so many different types of fans. Like you've got role playing fans, you've got the gunplay fans, you've got the shoot 'em up fans, and then you've already got all the like Warhammer ass people who love that like grim dark style. So like you're hitting people, hitting a market that's like already saturated, and then bringing in all the other types of gamers that also relate to the experience. Like in terms of marketability, very smart. Much like the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight. Very wise. Kind of whack, super whack. He's fighting a 60-year-old, but smart for both of them. He's going to get them a serious fucking bag. And I mean, Tyson's already got so much damage to his body, he's probably going to die a decade early. So you may as well create that infinite wealth. They've invented the next genre, the same way PUBG did with Battle Royale and Tarkov did with looter extraction shooters. So what would you call the genre then? What do you think that genre is for Helldivers? We're going to see the next Halo game take this structure. You're probably right, though. You're probably right. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. So this, I think, yeah, I put it in here. I don't want it to get too circular. I kind of go like that just to make sure I've got a circle patty. Depress the middle just a little bit so I can get some sauce in there after. Then we'll get another one ready here. Star Wars, Gears of War. Exactly. It's great for any themed franchise, but I think just like all the other ones, it will burn out. It takes in a Warzone environment. Yeah, like Warhammer really fucked up because Warhammer already had Dark Tide and all these other experiences that really could have fit this mold. But instead, Warhammer's collabing with fucking Fortnite. And that's not going to keep any of those fans happy. Probably will. I'm lying. Mars, don't go in the oven. You're dumb. Don't go on the stove. Thank you, Cat. Like Warhammer, this would have been ideal. Like Dark Tide, I didn't mind. It had good storylines too. But just Stupid, yeah, Warhammer. Warhammer would have been perfect for it, but they missed the bullet because they already had those like 4-player shooters, and they just didn't add any other spice to the recipe. Like Dark Tide was fun. I just was shooting waves of like the same enemy though. Do you like this like Fortnite? I don't hate Fortnite. I see why it is what it is. I kind of hate it in the same way that I hate any type of genre that, like any carbon copy. It's like pop music, you know what I mean? Everyone ends up emulating it. I've checked out the platform a couple times recently, and I totally get why it's picked up so much, though. It's got everything, right? Now that it's got the Rocket League integrations, like I get it's like Roblox. You could be a kid, get on Fortnite, and you've got every game type you could literally desire. Co-op extraction shooter. I don't know. I was just curious. I like your opinions, Giga. You don't have the fucking answer. Coming out harsh. Yeah, I see why I respect Fortnite for what it is, but I'm definitely not going to say like it's like my favorite. Like, I think it could be damaging to the art form, just like pop music, though. You know, so it's like one of those. It's a tricky debate. No, it's true. It's true. Like the original Battlefront 2 for the PS2, and how you have the Galactic Conquest mode, and how everyone loved that because it was like an interactive experience with the environment. But you're right. Dune, we'll see how that MMO goes. I'm like quite skeptical. Wiffles is very excited for the Dune Awakening. I really think Dune Awakening might be a little whack. Ruse, first time I watched it, I thought it was dumb, but started playing it and now love it. Huge following as well. Yeah, for Fortnite, I presume you're still talking about Ruse. Yeah, I totally get it. I miss the PUBG days. So I play a lot of no build when I'm playing Fortnite. I'll just play no build and I'm fine with that. I don't hate that. I really don't see Dune being anything. It's a desert. A desert that's only interesting due to the events of the movie. Yeah, but they're trying to pull a Star Wars with it, and I think it's really going to kill the popularity of the franchise. They have a TV series coming out now. Yeah, the idea, yeah. Just worm gods. Just a war between worm gods. They had a Dune RTS game that I kind of liked, but it was just too niche. There's not enough players. Didn't really have a reason to keep playing the games. But it was a good setup. I really liked the RTS that they had. I can't even remember what it was called, though. That's how little of an impression it made on me. And yeah, as for Ruse, yeah, I don't mind. I'll play some of the basic Fortnites. Just I can't keep up. I gotta be straight. I'm getting old, bro. I can't keep up with the kids no more in terms of like the build version of Fortnite and that speed of gameplay. Oh, the game takes place entirely on Dune. I wasn't even sure. I was hoping that it was more, but I do believe that. That's kind of whack. So it looks like we're working so far. I'm going to try not to get too excited until these are squished together, but I think I might have something. We'll see. I think what I need to nail down is the amount of rice I need to put in each one. I think that's what I'm fucking missing. Cat, you could be there. Just don't go in the oven, please. Desert Camp 1, Desert Camp 2, Desert Camp 3, yeah. Did you see the movie, Giga? You see Dune 2? I did like that, I got to admit. I like Dune 2. And that's what was bad about the RTS. The RTS was cool. A lot of cool mechanics. The politics system of it was cool. But at the end of the day, it was just like a Civilization clone, but desert. And it was that. It was like destroy Spice Crawler. The Fremen summoned a worm. It's like, okay, I'm kind of bored of these mechanics. And Dune 2, worth it, I would say. Some people like Whiffles think it's the best movie ever. I don't know if I'd say best movie ever like that, but it was especially because all sci-fi has been Disney-fied lately. It was extremely refreshing to watch sci-fi that was like unique to its own. I saw it in IMAX, and that was definitely, it was one of the most worthwhile seeing in IMAX I've seen in a while. The audio design was fantastic. Loved the audio design. Probably is always a scary word with MMOs, though. We said the same with Knights of the Old Republic. Society is getting sanded over. Yeah, that's the other thing. I'm sick because of Star Wars, not because of Dune, because of Star Wars. I've seen way too many desert planets, bro. It's been just like Desert Planet Central, all like for every film lately. Just constant desert planets. Which again, not Frankie Herbie's fault at all, but too much Tatooine has made me have a little bit of desert fatigue. Fucking scam calls. Someone's trying to get me so hard with the scam bots. Constantly. That's why I had the boys can attest. I had a little panic attack when Facebook went down. Because the way it went down, it was like, I was logged out of my stuff, like just piece by piece. So I was like, oh, fuck, someone got my password. You can stay. Okay, good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Okay. I have a book club, first edition Dune. I've been meaning to read. Whiffles here read all the books. I would like to get to it eventually, but I'm trying to start with better reading habits at a smaller level first. And then I'll dive into a trilogy. I really do support the concept behind the books, though. That's actually, I've been kind of doing the same. I've been doing light reading. I've got a couple graphic novels and shit. Manga is a great, easy way. Berserk is wild. The Berserk manga must be crazy. I've only watched Berserk, and that's already a fucking wild one. Okay. I would like to. I ran into a whole bunch of tech problems when I first got this started. So I was already running late. I was getting pissed, and I said, fuck the music. That's my transparency here. Normally, I'll have the music playing on my streaming device and then have it on the speakers so that I can also hear it. But I got pissed today. That's fully user error. I gotta admit that one. I guess I could also have it playing from my streaming device, but that would, we'll see. That's probably the easier method. I'll have it play off my streaming device next time, and then you guys can get the music off of my microphone here. Let's do it that way next week, and then we'll make my life less complicated. I will be doing these during the day, though, quite consistently instead, so that when it's playing in my stall, as I babbled about, people will be able to see it there. Just a little dollop. I don't want too much. There we go. Just a little dollop. I don't want too much. Right there. Right there. Makes sense for Dune because the desert work in the mythology and the universe. Arrakis is basically center point of the universe. Star Wars I know. Yeah. The desert CGI is a big contributor. You're not wrong there. So what I'm thinking, now I got these in the ramekin patty. I'm going to try to push down the edges here as it is. And then I'm going to try to fart them out of this ramekin. I unfortunately, I'll still play with Raza, I'll still have a good time, but I am unfortunately closer to your skepticism. No offense, Wiffles. But man, they have nothing to flesh out a game that takes place on that planet. They do for people who are already interested in the franchise, right? But that's the issue. That's the big issue, I would say. Okay. First test. Could blow up. Won't be hard on myself if it fails. And I'm having frame rate issues, hey? Man, I really got to figure out how to send my webcam to my main device not over Wi-Fi. That is clearly lagging out every now and then over that. Okay. I think this might work. Again, patient. I won't go nuts. Fuck. Close. Extremely close. Fuck. Extremely close. I definitely need a mold. See, and I'm going to take this, then put it on here, and we're going to let the saran wrap do the rest of the work instead of my hands this time. And I think this will also help with this lesson. Yeah, that was the move. That was the move. That was the move. Perfect. Good. So mold, but we've got the patterns down. Now we've got it's a little. This is it, though. That's what I was going for. Hell yeah. Okay. Saran wrap at the end helps so that there's less time for me to fuck it up. And I'm humble enough to say that. Last time I made them, the more I piddled about with them in my hands, the worse they got. If you let your sand and rock, it's just going to be a surface to walk on. Yeah, there's a lot of rocks in the second movie. Okay. So then I'm thinking knife to go around the edge. This works. Wow. Okay. What's my time frame? 11:11. All right. Should be able to make about 6 or 8 of these in that time frame, and I might try to finish the rest this evening. I'll go for about 1:30. I'm helping my roommate Elise offload at the Queer Arts Market at the 519. But since it's a Friday, it's like an afternoon/evening market. And then I'll be home chilling. If any of you need anything, you want to DM me, I'll be available. I primarily for Wiffles. I don't think Giga needs anything from me. Once you build a base, you get access to them. It's probably the first thing that people will do. Okay, have they revealed that sort of stuff now? I remember seeing a short teaser of the game. There was another trailer out. Raza sent it to me. If you want to, Wiffles, I don't have the chat bot turned on yet that blocks links because I'm so tiny. So if you want to give that a try, you're welcome to. All right, so then I gotta take this, go back in the bowl, go back in the bowl, go back in the bowl. All right, this is good. I found out a method. I definitely still want that silicone mold. It will make my life easier. But we figured it out. We got the trick down. We got the trick down. the hell is that? Oh, a piece of tape from the box. Seaweed on wrapper. Ploop rice ball out. Only get one side again. That's okay. Ploop other side out. Put down. Make into a little Sammy. Fold over. Fold over. But yeah, we'll get music going on the next one of these. Just had too many last minute things to solve and I was too busy today. So I wanted to make sure I got this done to keep the marathon going. And I won't lie, my cooking streams do get a lot of views in terms of long term, like after the VOD is up. So hold it tight. Give it a nice spin or two. Fuck yeah. And there you go. We got snacks. Perfect, eh? Okay. Perfect is a tough term to say, but I've made it work. I will read your Wiffles updates after I get the next batch of rice set up here. I am curious about what you have to say about the game, too. Fucking A, though. And I think I can toss a little bit more spam than those bitches. Fucking messy food to make, though. You have to turn on the Roomba today. All right. So the spice you can use for your economy or your skills. Okay. Combat reminds you of Destiny. LMAO, what is that? Why is LMAO blocked in my chat? Why is that an automatic sensitive word? What the fuck? Yeah, I gotta change my chat bots too. I guess. It doesn't ask, though. Meanwhile, Amaranth out here with her titties out, and he can't say ass. Yeah. So funny. Twitch bots don't make any sense ever. All right. Maybe we'll try to water you up a little bit instead. Water, a little touch of oil, a little touch of oil, a little touch of oil. Let's get the saran wrap out. Lube my hands up. Yes, sir, I drink coffee. Got the pot back here. My cup's right. Bang. Big coffee fiend. And I gotta address this with a little bit of rice flour to make my life easier. Right now I'm drinking the cheap stuff. People were already grilling me on what type of coffee I drink. Right now I'm on the cheap stuff because I'm in broke boy mode. Trying to get these businesses started. I'm out of money, so I'm back into budget times. Normally I do like to get nice beans and all that stuff. I've got a hand grinder for coffee beans down here I was showing off, which I like. I think it's cool, but right now I'm on the cheap. No one grilled you. Bro. Semantics, dog. Semantics. Cat, you don't. I swear to God. You could go on the chair and that's it. Good girl. I do not. There's too much food up here. I don't want cat paws all over the table. Okay, there you go. Watch the birds. Their bird feeder is outside that window. I have a bird feeder right outside the window so the cats can just like watch them whenever they want. Oh yeah, we touching the fuck out of that rice, dog. Because I used basmati, I got to get this rice flour mixed into it, so it'll help make it stickier. So I'm getting all mushed up for you. I gotta rewash my hands. We oil these bad boys back up, and I think we're ready to go. We'll see how this. Get this going. Move it back over here. So my messes are slightly contained. Take a nice big wad. Get it squished up. I think I found out the technique though. This is good. This is good. Sort of big crash. I think it was just my roommate moving stuff though. Is building a case against your fiendish caress. Valid call out. I'm just trying to get the gluten to activate. That's the thing. Since I'm not using the right type of rice, I'm trying to activate the gluten in it, which means I gotta fucking assault the rice, I guess. Remember to activate your almonds. Okay, go in the bottom of the mold. Okay. I can't unsee that thought that I'm assaulting the rice now. That dumb idea stuck in my head. Yeah, there's a bird right there, Mars. Get it. Jump at it. Okay, Patty 1, come out of the mold. Patty 1, you have been selected. Let's try to do it this way. We'll see if it goes quicker. I'm trying to learn, since I've been teaching myself, these are all dabbling. Giga, when you did this, did you have one of the molds or did you harass your rice too? A little dollop of the sauce. Don't want to go too heavy. Okay. I'm going to take this patty out. Bloop it on top. Press them bitches together. I used the stick rice. I used the sticky rice, okay. Just wrapped it in saran wrap and shaped triangles, okay. That sounds bad. I need to stop being such a cheap boy, and maybe next time I'll buy the sticky rice. It was literally due to frugalness, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, shit, sorry y'all, that probably destroyed your ears. Microphone fell over. Big apologies. Hopefully you guys weren't wearing headphones. Okay. Again, only one side, huh? Not a big deal. But noted. Okay. I'm losing some on the tips this time. I wonder why. Again, we're going to let the saran wrap do the work. So up, here. This one's definitely there's something off with it. I think I used too much rice. I'm going to try putting it in the mold and depressing it a little bit more, which is also funny, depressing the rice, but. I've got fried Spam I did at the beginning of stream that I'm putting in them. I'm putting green onions. Then I made a little sauce to go alongside it. It's like kind of like a roasted red pepper sauce. Roasted red pepper, a little bit of lemon, some mayo, some olive oil, some paprika, garlic powder, all that shit. So I'm going to try a smaller amount of rice, harder press in the mold. That should help not have the edges blow out. I also tried putting a little bit of vinegar and water in the mold that last go, so that might not have helped. I might have added too much moisture. And I've got I can bang out 15 minutes, so I'll try to do one or two more of these, and then I can finish the rest of these later on today. I think I'm going to set the limit at 2. I'm going to do 2 only, just so I don't get carried away. Either way, thanks for everyone for coming through. Always appreciative of the crew. We got Giga, Ruse, we had Imp here earlier. So shouts to the whole oddball community that supports. So we try less rice. Rice is salted, and I'm going to try to beat it up a little bit more in this step. Yeah, you can't go wrong with the Spam in the center of these. The salty Spam is always on point. So I wouldn't say a failure, because I definitely learned everything I needed to learn, but not as successful as I wanted it to be, which is also okay. So less rice, more bowl beat up. I suspect that the bowl beat up will actually solve all of my problems. I think this is it. seaweed. Give this ticker boy the insides. The spam. Fried spam. Green onions. You can't get outside. I know it's annoying, but that's a window. Yeah. Cats can't use windows. Oh, yeah. I did thin cut, bro. You like them thick cut? You like some thick cut spam, eh? I like some thin spam, bro. I got like this, that thick. So it's like a eighth, probably less than an eighth of an inch. That's getting too egotistical there. Mars, I swear to God. I like having the little crispy outsides. I like some crispy spam. That's where I'm biased, because then that gives it like same bacon texture, I think, but maybe I'm wrong. The spank worked this time, which is nice. So it was oil. I put too much water in it before in the cup. And there we go. Give it the 1, 2. Sort of worked. That one didn't work so well. This one will be for me and not my roommate. Closer though. I'm definitely improving at it. So they like still look kind of good. They still look good, but they don't have the same form. Touching it wasn't enough. You have to spank it now. You gotta teach the rice the lesson, bro, or else they don't know how to listen. Okay, I'll try the rest of this in the evening. We're doing one more shot, and then we're done stream. One more. I'm gonna catch one more case against the rice grains, and then we will be getting out of here. Smaller outro today because I gotta start running. Love this though. We also gotta get the ramekin nice and. So thinner was close. Thinner wasn't too bad. I think pressing it down in the ramekin is also better than me wasting my time getting aggressive with the rice. And then 110 bajillion %. I need one of the molds that you're talking about. I love the RuneScape gnome. That's the best of the emojis you got. I gotta give you that. The RuneScape gnome is top tier emoji. Emoticon. Jesus. Emoticon. Making myself seem like an old man calling it an emoji. Oh, really? Thought it was yours. Yeah, shouts Ruse. That's also a good one. I like the arms flex. Thanks for stopping by and all the support, Bruce. Cat. What? Jesus Christ. Did you guys hear that? What? It's okay. The mohawk. Is that you with the mohawk? I think Marching into Madness is one with me with the mohawk too. Okay. Speed running doing this time around. Fuck. So little spam bits. Nice little spam bits. Spam bits. Spam bits. Sorry, that was very neurodivergent of me. I got stuck in a cycle of repeating it there. Sorry. Yes, I do remember this now. I do recall. Yep. Sauce it up. Seaweed on the wrap. Break the sides. Take the other side out. Part that out. Put it on top. Yeah, thinner, pushing in the mold, definitely the move, rather than catching a case against the rice. Plop it in there. Give it a spank. Damn it. Give it a bigger spank. There we go. Okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Getting the tactics in. This is also, now I know how to do it off screen too, so I'll be able to do this afterwards. Maybe I'll story it up a little bit more. Like put it on my IG story as I make one. The saran wrap spin move, though, I was missing this the first time they made it. The saran wrap spin, this is the move to secure it for sure. I was really fumbling around on my first go to try to get it to like mold into that circle. I was having some difficulties previously. And then giving some for my roommate to go. And I'm going to eat the shit one that I made this before. I'm convinced the spin doesn't do anything. It's placebo. Placebo spin? Possible. I'm hoping that at least like brings it a little bit together without me fiddling with it more, but could be placebo. I could be humble to placebo there. You know what I should really do before I do it tonight? I should watch some fucking video tutorials. Well worth the try, though. Okay. All right. Cool. They look good. At least they kind of look what they're supposed to look like. They look like a rice. They look like an onigiri, just a little round since I don't have the mold. I was being humble that one of the results of the stream could have been a complete disaster turnout, so I'm really not that upset that they didn't work out perfectly. I was worried that everyone would be here watching, and we just absolutely every single one just falls apart on me. May as well not wash these cups either, because I'm going to use them. I'm just going to throw the rest of the green onions in with the rice. Fuck it. And then if I do it for stream, again, if this is a stream cooking item, I'm just going to get the sticky rice. Save me the hassle sorting out how to make that part of it work. I'm fine with being a cheap boy and do the basmati for myself, but A, wasting time, B, I definitely don't look as cool. Not that coolness matters for it, but I mean, not as smooth with it. Oh, one hand's sticky. Gotta be careful. But while I'm cleaning up, I guess I'll give the goodbye speech now. I'm doing a marathon this month. My big goal is to monetize this channel. Streaming almost every single day except for weekends because I want to be able to give myself a bit of a healthy break. My idea is to get this channel monetized so that my content can make more sense if you come to my channel as a newcomer. Ideally, seeing all the VODs with variety when I'm not doing it every single day will help it make more congruent sense. Also, I'm really excited for some potential really cool viewer rewards we could get to go alongside both of my eBay streams as well as my inventory streams, because I could pull cool stuff out of my inventory, maybe do spin a wheel. I think eBay would be cool if you're like, pay whatever 10,000 viewer reward points. Bailey's got to buy something that's worth less than $20. Like, I don't know. I think we have some fun opportunities to get creative with that. So that's why I'm on this grind. If you're watching this video on any other platform, I do simulcast. I simulcast to Kick, which I'm definitely going to stay on, but the following isn't bumping up nearly as quickly. A lot less randos giving a follow. I'm on Facebook for the older folk, and don't feel you have to switch platforms. The reason I'm putting it there is so that if you're 60 and you find this video, it's in an accessible place. Or if you meet me in person and tell you about my business, you can see the same content that everyone else is seeing just right there. And otherwise, don't be afraid to subscribe to the YouTube. That's where I put all my VODs for my conversion streams on Tuesdays, which will keep running. Single source content, merging varied streams would be a sick idea. I do agree. I really think long term I need to consider it. I'm thinking that might be one way that me and Whiffles revitalize Marching into Madness is we can run, like, I could run a 24-hour stream of reruns of gnarly media content on Marching into Madness and have that run passively. I could just have it rerun my content while we're out for the day. We got a lot of workshopping to do in terms of how we'll revitalize Marching into Madness. But first, we're kind of all focusing on making sure we get our own career stuff off the ground. Either way, thank you, Giga. I'll probably be seeing you in person at Chatter's roommate's birthday, just so I'm not exposing government names. So that's next weekend, I think. That will be fun. Whiffles, I'll be seeing you at the end of the month. And Ruse, again, I'm going to make some time to watch one of your streams. I am curious how the marbles gameplay goes. Very curious. But regardless, I have to do the awkward part of turn the stream off in the other room, which is, again, why I think I want to do a Pi, because I have a Pi here. I can remote desktop into it from my phone and then be able to do all the shit that I need to do. But thank you, everybody. Appreciate your presence. Have a great Friday. Have a great weekend. I'm going to try to do an inventory stream tomorrow or Sunday, but it will be very low effort. Don't feel obliged to pop in, but I'll just be sorting through more of my crap. I got to get it done, so why not turn on the PC? But bye. Bye.